Alright, hello and welcome. So, this is going to be a beginner's guide for Dragon's Dogma, just starting out. So, this is going to be the room you're going to be in after the tutorial and the opening of the game, and you're going to have to choose one of the beginning classes. So, out of the first three, the mage, if you want to use magic, is what I would suggest. The fighter, if you know you're just going to be a physical, weapon user, is what I'd probably suggest. And then the strider, for those of you that don't know what you want to do, is generally the most balanced in terms of stats, so I would suggest them if you want to do a lot of experimenting and jumping around with the classes. Which you'll probably want to do. The strider also has access to the double jump, just like the class that I'm playing as right now, the assassin. So those are the first three classes, but that is a much less difficult choice than what to do after that. So, this is your opening town of Casardis. And there are a few things about this town that they don't explain at all. One is that you actually have a house. This is your house. You can totally come here and it's your house. So, you do have a house. They never touch on that, ever. You totally have a house. Second, this is the inn. For some reason, you can't sleep in your house, but you can sleep at the inn. And you can rest here, stay till morning, stay till night. So if it's nighttime and you don't want to be out because there are more powerful enemies and such, come here to do that. And you can also manage your item storage with this guy. Other than that, you want to go to the notice board. This is good for picking up things that you're going to complete anyway and being just rewarded for it. For example, defeat 30 Saurians. I'm gonna kill 30 Saurians at some point. So I might as well pick it up, because I'll get the anelled snags, which I happen to know are daggers that will cover enemies in oil. That's pretty good. Actually, I don't need those, so I won't pick that up. But there should be quests like kill 50 bats that are worth 100,000 gold at the beginning of the game, so it's definitely good to pick those up. Other things that are good to pick up, right over here we have Estella's. So Estella will sell you better beginner weapons. Stabs, daggers, shields, swords, all that stuff. A significantly better weapon than what you just got from starting out. So, after you've done a couple things in the first part of the game, probably pick up a new weapon. Also, whenever you come back here after doing the opening pawn stuff, there will be a guard here. I suggest talking to him and doing his quest. That quest is pretty good, and will get you familiar with the combat very quickly. Moving on to the encampment. Alright, so moving on over here, we have the command headquarters. So this is where you're going to get your first pawn and be able to customize that character. But the thing they'd never mentioned to you is Jonathan here. Jonathan has a special store. So these are elixirs that you can use to change how your pawn behaves and what they are more likely to do. For example, Pioneer's Elixir. If your pawn's main sensibility, attribute, whatever you want to call it, is a pioneer, they will forge on ahead of you. They can go a longer distance from you to go around and hunt for items and things like that. Guardians, which is usually one that you don't want, will cause your pawns to always stay very close to you. This is especially bad if you're a mage, so you're going to want to make sure your pawn's not a guardian if you are. And it's very easy to accidentally teach your pawn just through playing the game to be a guardian, so watch out for that. And then Scathers, Medicant, if your pawn is a mage, that's going to heal you a lot. Medicant is very good. And all that. They never really mention that, but that's pretty important for teaching your pawn how to be and acting the way you want them to. Besides that, this guy here can have you learn new skills. So earlier on in the game, you will have some points and you'll have level up your vocation a little bit, and you can learn all kinds of new skills and such as you go through the game, and then setting them, of course. So early on, you will be wanting to do that to get access to more skills, especially if you're one of the melee-focused classes, where your skills are very, very important. And then, there's only one other thing to note, and that is Bitter Black Island. So, Bitter Black Island, if you go to Casardis at night, there will be a girl named Ulra, which I won't go see her because that's spoilers, and she'll bring you to Bitter Black Island. Which we can get there by way of Fairy Stone. Fairy Stones are the fast travel variant in the game. You can get to Bitter Black Island and the main towns with that, and then you can set your own port crystals around the world map to teleport to those also. But let's head to the opening of Bitter Black Island. So I'm not going to talk to anyone here because obviously spoilers for Bitter Black's storyline. But that is Aura, and she will allow you to change your class. So at the opening of the game, you get one of the 3 starter classes, and you're going to be them until level 10. If you want to switch classes as soon as possible, you can talk to Aura on the pier in Casardis. She will take you here, and then you can talk to her here and be able to switch to any of the other classes. So at level 10, let's say you were playing as a Strider. It's like, okay, well, I've been a Strider for a long time. I want to be the Assassin, because that's like the advanced class there. Come see her. Boom, you're an Assassin. Talking to her again will allow you to go right back to Casardis. And no downside. So that's a really early way to get to the class that you want to be without having to go through all the quests to get you to Grand Soren. Other than that, this is Bitter Black Island. So, Capcom recommends that you come here at level 40. I'm going to recommend that you don't come here until level 60 or until you've beaten the main game. The reason for that is that unless you know what you're doing or have the ability to like suss out like the weaknesses of enemies here, you're going to have a really hard time. Because this is a crazy super dungeon that is honestly very, very good. But pretty difficult. So yeah, that's those are the basics of Dragon's Dogma. And just remember, if you're going through the game and you're worried that you're gonna miss something, you're not gonna miss something. New Game Plus in Dragon's Dogma is literally new game, just everything normal, unless you set it to hard mode yourself. You just restart with all of the stuff you already have. So if you feel like you missed something, or it's like, oh man, I like triggered something and a quest failed, don't worry about it. You can play through the game again and go and do that quest if you want to see it. No downside. See you tomorrow.